What's up, everybody? It's Duck. So explain something to me. I need some help with this one. All right. Kamala Harris in her campaign is going after or is slandering, defaming Tim Pool and Tim Cast by saying that Tim Pool and Tim Cast were advocating for genocide of half the country because they were saying that he said that they should execute all the Democrat voters, which is half the country, maybe a little more than half. So they're trying to say that Trump wants to execute half the country, and Tim supports that and is voting for Trump because of that. And they used a clip which had Laura Loomer mentioning treason and the death penalty for treason. And also they were talking about Democrats. Okay, they were talking about the politicians. They were talking about the ones that actually committed treason, or supposedly committed treason, allegedly, and not all Democrat voters. Plus, Laura Loomer brought up a fact that by law, the consequence for treason is death. So if you were, and Tim was saying in the video that he posted, which was the full unaltered clip, not the edited version that the Kamala's campaign came out with, Tim said that there should be trials, there should be legal investigations, and if you are found to have committed treason, that's when Laura Loomer brought up, well, the penalty for treason is death. Tim didn't mention that. Laura Loomer did. And she wasn't talking about all Democrats, she was talking about the ones that are found guilty of treason. Now, problem is, we're not talking about treason, we're talking about sedition. And she conflated the two for some reason. Tim didn't. Tim has said multiple times since then that sedition is when you betray your country. Treason is when you aid another country against your country. Now, nobody is saying that all the Democrats out there are aiding some other country to commit treason. Oh, along with that, the Biden campaign or the Biden administration said that they want to investigate and try to stop Russian interference in our elections. Like a week later, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, said that he supports Kamala Harris. He endorses her. So why would Russia interfere in the election to help Trump if their leader is endorsing Trump's opponent, Kamala Harris? Also, if Tim Pool supports Trump and Putin supports Kamala, then how is Tim Pool a Russian asset? Because wouldn't the leader of Russia want anyone that supports Trump to not be someone that supports Russia because Russia supports Kamala? So how does any of this make sense? How does it make sense that Tim Pool is a Russian asset being paid by Russia because Tim Pool licensed one of his shows to Tenet Media? Doesn't work for Tenet Media. He licensed one of his shows to Tenet Media. And where does $100,000 a month come from? Where does that number come from? Just somebody please make sense of all this for me. I'm at a loss. Can't call. Oh, also, Tim Pool is being brought in by the FBI for a questioning for an investigation as a victim of a crime. Tim Pool is deemed by the FBI to be a victim of a crime right after the Tenet Media stuff starts popping up. So how are people on Twitter and on social media saying that Tim is a Russian asset being paid by Russia when the DOJ and FBI are saying that Tim is a victim of Russia? Make this all make sense to me.